Hi everyone, welcome to our lesson on 9-2. We're talking about another transformation today. This transformation is called a translation. A translation is a transformation that moves all points of a figure the same distance in the same direction. So it's another case of isometry where the shape stays the exact same size. In a reflection, it was a flip over a point, line, or plane. This one, it's basically like the triangle stays the same direction, it's just moved, okay? So every point in the triangle is moved the same way, the same distance in the same direction. So as you can see, we have our pre-image, the triangle BCD to triangle B prime, C prime, D prime. The pre-image triangle BCD is moved 8 units to the right and 4 units down. So B went right 8 down 4, C went right 8 down 4, and D went right 8 down 4 to get our B prime, C prime, D prime. That is called a translation. The triangle still looks the same. It's facing the same way. It's the same size. It's just moved to a different spot. Transformation symbolization is written like this. For every ordered pair x, y, the result, this arrow right here, is 8 units to the right when we add 8 to x, and 4 units down when we subtract 4 from y. Okay? And in coordinate form, it is written like this. So instead of an ordered pair, instead of like 8, negative 4 for an ordered pair, instead it's written as this means every x coordinate add 8, every y coordinate subtract 4. Okay? So let's see what that looks like with an example problem here. Graph triangle ABC and its image for the translation for every ordered pair x, y, x minus 3, so subtract 3 from x, and y plus 5, add 5 to y. All right, so here's our pre-image. Let's graph this and see what we're looking at. So A is at right 1 down 2. B is at right 4, 0. And C is at right 3 down 4. Here is triangle A, B, C. And now we want the image, so after it has been translated, x minus 3 and y plus 5. So I'm going to put my image right here. And my image for A prime, for x, I'm going to subtract 3. So I'm going to take this 1 and subtract 3. 1 minus 3 is a negative 2. And my y coordinate, I'm going to add 5. So a negative 2 plus 5 is 3. So my A prime is now at left 2 up 3. Left 2 up 1, 2, 3. There is A prime. Let's do the same thing for B. So here we go. B is right here. It's at 4, 0. My x coordinate, I'm going to subtract 3. So 4 minus 3 is 1. And my y coordinate, 0, I'm going to add 5. So 0 plus 5 is 5. So B prime is at 1, 5. B prime, right 1, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then let's do this one more time to finish our triangle, C to C prime. My point C is at 3, negative 4. So I'm going to take 3 and subtract 3, and I'm going to get 0. And my y coordinate, negative 4, I'm going to add 5. Negative 4 plus 5 is 1. So my C prime is at 0, 1. And there is C prime. So I always like to take a look at my figure after I'm done with it, class. What happened to go from A, B, C to A prime, B prime, C prime is every x coordinate I should have shifted left 3 units and every y coordinate up 5. Does it look like every ordered pair was shifted left 3 up 5? Yes, it does. left 3, up 5. There we go. Left 3, up 5. It's a congruent transformation, so it is isometry. Do the triangles look the same size? Yes, generally they do. So I have successfully translated it x minus 3, y plus 5. I successfully translated my pre-image to my image to go left 3 units, up 5 units. Let's try the next one. This time, triangle P prime, Q prime, R prime has been translated using the translation for every ordered pair x, y. It results in x plus 3, y minus 2. We want to find P, Q, and R and graph it. So class, what we have now is we have the image. Right? This right here is the image. The prime letters are the image. We want to get back to the pre-image. So what we want to do is we want to find P, Q, and R. So if it has been translated x plus 3, y minus 2, that's how we got to the image. So how do we get back to the pre-image? We actually do the opposite of this. We would take x minus 3 and y plus 2 if we want to get back to the pre-image. The pre-image is where we started, right? So if we want to get back to that, we want to do the opposite of what's written here. So every x coordinate, we're going to subtract 3. Every y coordinate, we're going to add 2. Okay? So every x coordinate, I'm going to subtract 3. Negative 2 subtract 3 is a negative 5. 1 subtract 3 is a negative 2. A negative 3 subtract 3 is a negative 6. Now to find the y coordinates, this right here says y minus 2, but I want to get to my pre-image, not my image. So I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to add 2. Every y coordinate, I'm going to add 2. 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 plus 2 is 9. 1 plus 2 is 3. Let's graph this, and let's make sure that we did this correctly. Our pre-image is P, Q, and R, and that triangle is left 5, up 7, right there. There's P. Q is at left 2, up 9. And R is left 6, up 3. All right, here's PQR. And to get to my image, right, I would add 3 and subtract 2, and it would result in P prime, Q prime, R prime. So let's graph P prime, Q prime, R prime. P prime is at left 2, up 5. There's P prime. Q prime is at right 1, up 7. And R prime is at left 3, up 1. All right. So does it look like from my pre-image to my image, I went right 3, down 2? To go from Q to Q prime, did I go right 3, down 2? Yes, I did. From P to P prime, did I go right 3, down 2? Yes. From R to R prime, did I go right 3, down 2? Yes, I did. But this time I was given the image, and I had to find the pre-image. So to go to the pre-image, I had to do the opposite of what was written here. Hopefully that makes sense. Let's do one more. This time we have to write it in transformation symbolization. So I have P. P is at 8, 3. So right 8, up 3. There is point P. And it has been translated to P prime, so my image is at 2, 7. There is P prime. So find the coordinate form of the transformation, or of the translation. We'll also put this in transformation symbolization form. We'll do both. So how did I get from P to P prime? I translated it this many units left and this many units up. I had to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units to the left. I had to go negative 6 to the left. And how did I go from here up to here? I had to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. So for every point x, y, the x coordinates, I had to subtract 6. And the y coordinate, I would have to add 4. Okay, that's our transformation symbolization. And then the coordinate form would be -6, 4. I had to shift it left 6 units and up 4 units. Hopefully that lesson made sense on translations. Let me know if you have questions on that when you get to class tomorrow.